Welcome to Revlog, where Bryan is really bringing the heat in that suit today.
Wow.
Man,
Wow.
looking sharp.
The bar is,
I don't know.
right there.
I thought this was a special edition.
It is. Well, I've heard it is going to be a special edition. This is going to be the Revlog where Aaron brings special effects.
Yes.
Is that correct? Are you
Back
gonna
to
be
the old radio days.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
Bryan
not supposed to see me. I behind the curtain.
It's like a prairie home companion.
Bryan and I will have a conversation. Aaron will bring the sound effects.
You bet.
Didn't they do a Whose Line Is It Anyway, where they would do that? The sound
Oh,
effects?
that was a great show. I remember that show.
It was a good show.
That was an awesome show.
So, with that said, let's get to the fish paying taxes.
Okay.
So we're in Matthew 17, an odd text, but I want to know where can we go fishing to get our
I'm
taxes
saying-
paid?
Absolutely.
The timing of this, I get on the Baptist Way Press a lot, but the timing of this, as we get our W-2s back,
Yeah,
and
indeed.
we're all collecting our receipts and stuff for the year, this is a miracle I can get behind.
I know, that's right.
I don't fish, but I'll fish if it's
Imagine like a fish with spectacles and an adding machine. I don't know.
I thought you could be like the Monopoly guy, like some rich fish just coming to paying your taxes
too.
off.
I'll take it.
Fish and Mr. Peanut. I don't know.
If you don't know what we're talking about, read reverse this
Yeah.
week. So in our text in Matthew 17, 24 through 27, the disciples are going to pay a tax, and Jesus tells them to go fishing to get the money. So let's jump in. Bryan, why don't you help get us started? I mean, what was your initial reaction to these few verses?
Well, I think that it's pretty clear that they don't seem to have a whole lot of spare change lying around.
I agree.
The Jesus and his disciples. And
Who's into
interestingly,
cryptocurrency? Not a lot of spare change in their.
that's true.
What was
Bitcoin.
Yeah, the first century. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's. But they.
But you were like Jesus was living as one who had nowhere to lay his head.
That's
I mean,
right.
That kind of sentiment.
That's what we're told very clearly. The Son of Man has no place to lay his head. And we're also told later as a parenthetical part of the narrative that Judas used to pilfer from the common purse every now and then. And so they were this little nonprofit was always kind of in the red, there, I think. And so it is kind of poignant, that Jesus once again walks comfortably in the creation of his Father. We don't see Jesus worrying here. We don't see him wringing his hands.
Right.
We just hear him saying, "This is not a cause for expending energy and worry."
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I think when we think back on all the worries of the disciples, like out on the boat in the sea, the storm coming, we think,
That's right.
that they could be worried. But I wonder how much we'd be worried if we had no coins in our pocket.
Well, that's true,
right? And so if you're living under that, and Jesus is just, we'll find the right money we need.
And right, and if I may add, there's this. We all know the pressure of bills to pay, creditors and so forth. But added to this is this: there is probably something of a patriotic duty here. I mean, this is the temple we're talking about. This is a central focus of the nation.
Right. Correct.
And do you salute the flag, or do you, I mean, it's the duty, and yet they're bereft of
funds,
money and funds.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. Aaron, what were your initial reactions here?
Well, it's not the same situation as later in the scripture when Jesus says, "Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's," but it is exactly what you said about it's the duty, and so that the duty is taken care of. We need to be good citizens.
Right.
That's right.
We need to, and so he doesn't blow it off.
Right. That's correct.
He
right on. That's exactly
and
right.
So the miracle is just afterthought. We we don't hear him going to it and what kind of fish it is. I mean, he doesn't tell us the kind of fish. Coin.
Oh, he was waiting for that.
Perfect.
He was waiting.
Wow.
For that.
Wow.
Just came.
Wow, he just snappered that right up.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
So my sermon title is going to be KOIN.
Yes.
Is that so we can go with that?
That's good.
But so he doesn't blow it off. I mean, we assume that the miracle happens, but it's just that he's about the business that his father has sent him to, but knowing that we're in the construct of a nation, of a society, and some of these things, obligations are to us all, and we have to be engaged in our society, and this
That's
is
right.
one of the ways that you do that. And so, he doesn't blow it off.
He doesn't.
We shouldn't.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think Jesus, of course, is speaking as somebody who is the actual Son of God. He's saying the Son. The Son. He talks about the sons, and he's the Son of God. But he's also extending this acknowledgement that those who are fellow travelers with him are his brothers. And they're all in the family of God, and that's a sweet kind of thing too. By the way, there's some scholarship that says that this is something like you can move mountains if you have faith, and we don't ever actually count that as a miracle story necessarily. And some commentators say this is in the same vein. Jesus is just saying, it's so easy a fish could do it, if we just trust God. But it does say, I think it seems like that this is, even though we don't have the completion of that miracle story, that it's something that certainly would have been just like Jesus to have that miracle actually happen.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
And I mean, you think about that when they're about to go into Jerusalem. Go find that donkey. The donkey's going to be out there. I mean,
That's right, and there it was.
Yeah, controlling. Even the animals that will obey
at
him
a distance.
So
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Good. Well, let's move forward in the questions. So, Bryan, what question came to mind as you were reading this?
I have so much. I'm not trying to go fishing to get money to pay this or that. And it just struck me, and this is a little far removed from the actual story, but when people are around me that just not necessarily people that I know well, but people that I encounter on a daily basis, what do they see? Do they see a consumer, or do they see somebody who is trusting God instead of consuming money in order to put out some kind of an image?
Mm-hmm.
Do they see? Are they more prone, even if they wouldn't say that person's trusting God? Do they see a consumer, or do they see somebody who is living openly and plainly and without guile?
And trusting the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think that's
Aaron?
the same thought that I had, is that if I'm going to seek the welfare of the city, as Scripture calls us to do, to seek the welfare of the city, then are we distancing ourselves from some of the obligations that the rest of the society
That's so
helps
great.
us with? So whether it's taking care of the poor, it's taking care of the homeless that are around us, or just paying our financial obligations to
Yes.
CPS or SAWS or just the city, that showing that we are engaged in the city even at this kind of level, that just says that we are citizens with everybody else, and we're seeking to engage at every level.
There's no excuse not to be engaged like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul makes it explicit, of course, in Romans 13, but there's just no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this text, and also your thoughts on what kind of fish the disciples would have caught.